in the Northern Cape, the Premier-elect, Dr. Zamani Saul, has just been sworn in. He's giving his inaugural address. Let's listen in.
Deputy Speaker and myself. Honorable Speaker, last week it was the inauguration of the President of the Republic of South Africa. On behalf of the people of the Northern Cape, I extend our heartfelt congratulations to His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa on his elections and inauguration for his second term as the President of the Republic of South Africa. President Ramaphosa is tasked with a difficult task of steering the formation of a government of national unity. The government of national unity marks a new era where diverse parties cooperate for the common goal of improving the lives of the citizens of this country and fostering national solidarity. We are entering uncharted waters with a capable captain, His Excellency President Ramaphosa, to take the country through this murky situation. Honorable Speaker, let me also thank the 400,000 people in our province who exercise their civic duty to cast their ballots with admirable patience and tolerance. According to the Independent Electoral Commission, the Northern Cape voter turnout stood at 58%, which was all-time low, but an impressive reflection of a people's democracy that is not only maturing, but getting entrenched. As we commemorate 3 decades of freedom, this inauguration underscores our ongoing commitment to uphold the principles of democracy. I'm thankful to all the contributors who played a role in facilitating a peaceful electoral process in the country. The ANC received 49.34% of the votes, and that represents 15 of the 30 seats in this provincial legislature. We accept these outcomes, and we still have full confidence in the work of the Independent Electoral Commission. The people of the Northern Cape have spoken, and their voices have resonated with a call for unity, progress, and shared growth. As I am standing here, Honorable Speaker, I can assure the people of the Northern Cape that this is a moment of accelerated progress, accelerated development, and accelerated growth. This is a moment of increased speed in our work, and we will not disappoint you. I am deeply honored and humbled that the African National Congress has demonstrated confidence in me to lead the people of this province for a second term of government. Somebody told me it's the last term. Said it's the second and the last term. I don't know about the last term. I stand here today with gratitude to once again address this august House and the people of the Northern Cape as the Premier. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, we meet at a time when we are commemorating Youth Month under the theme, actively embracing the socio-economic gains of our democracy. This theme is in line with the theme of the 30 years of democracy. In our country, June is Youth Month, and 16 June is Youth Day. In 1953, the apartheid government passed the Bantu Education Act, transferring black education to the Department of Native Affairs. The 1976 uprising was a genuine protest against Bantu education and raised political awareness that led to the countrywide protest against oppressive apartheid education policies. Today, Youth Month and Youth Day commemorate the sacrifices and resilience of the nation's young people during the liberation struggle. Young people comprise about 60% of the population of the province. which is the largest cohort of our population. They are crucial to the current future development of our country, and in particular this province. We should actively involve young people in the development initiatives of the province as co-creators. We should continue to give special attention to addressing the challenging circumstances faced by our young people. We give our commitment that as this ANC-led provincial government, we will continue to address the challenges confronting our young people in this province. We will continue to build on the successes of the past administration and still focus on creating jobs, building an inclusive and growing economy, and we will equally focus on implementing programs focused on skills for young people. Young people in the province must have jobs and must have access to job opportunities. We will further strengthen our collaborations with the SETAs. Madam Speaker, we have already launched some impressive programs with 2 SETAs, which is Mayor SETA and Services SETA, and UIF this year, at a total cost of about 800 million rand to benefit about 26,000 unemployed young people. With the Mayor SETA, we have launched a skills development and a bursary program totaling 210 million, ultimately benefiting 2,000 people. Additionally, 956 beneficiaries have been enrolled in the National Mayor SETA database and will commence classes once registration is confirmed and completed in the national system. As part of the program, 387 employed beneficiaries attached to the Department of Roads and Public Works will have their skills upgraded. The investment by the Services SETA in the province is 45 million rand with 755 beneficiaries that will be subjected to artisan training programs for 3 years. Last month, Madam Speaker, we introduced in the province the Labour Activation Program through the UIF Fund of the Department of Labour. This program will offer skills development opportunities valued at 545 million rand to benefit 23,000 unemployed young people in the province. The Labour Activation Program, which is called LAP, is designed to address the challenge of youth unemployment in the country. One of the program's goals is to improve the employability of the unemployed through training and enterprise development. The training opportunities cover various sectors such as construction, enterprise development, ICT, agriculture, security, mining, and hospitality. The recruitment and selection of beneficiaries has already begun. We had an event at OR Rabas where letters to the first tranche of 6,000 beneficiaries were handed over. So those beneficiaries are already part and parcel of the program. The program will be implemented in phases to ensure adherence to the timeframes as per the memorandums of understanding entered into with the service providers. And we want to make a call to all our young people in the province to really seize these opportunities. Because that's what we normally say, so we are making a call to young people, go onto the website of the Premier's office, website of the Department of Labour, in order for them to ensure that they take these opportunities which are made available to them. And if they do that, that would really assist us in this program to ensure that we improve their skills base. There's basically 3 categories of young people which are targeted, and particularly by the UIF program. Is those young people who could not finish matric, who are unemployed, young people with matric, unemployed, and those young people who have finished their degrees and diplomas in post-matric training who are unemployed. So we are making a call to all young people to seize these opportunities in order to ensure that they get the necessary skills for them to be integrated into the mainstream economy in the province. Ladies and gentlemen, Madam Speaker, when we started with the 6th administration in 2019, I committed to work on building a modern, growing and successful province to address the triple fault lines of poverty, inequality and unemployment. I am proud of what we have achieved collectively in a space of 5 years. As a result, the unemployment rate in the province has systematically decreased since 2019 and remains lower than the national average. We have boosted the economy through investment and job creation, more specifically targeting young people. We have built a solid foundation upon which we can further improve and advance people-centered development during this 7th administration. We appreciate the fact that a lot more work needs to be done to restore the faith that our people have placed in this government and to ensure that we deliver on the mandate bestowed upon us by a large number of our people. During this 7th administration, which I'm ushering in today, we remain dedicated to our vision to modernize the province, to grow the economy of the Northern Cape, which is currently 148 billion rand, and making the province successful. This will be done with much greater speed and will be underpinned by the 6 priority areas of the 2024 ANC Elections Manifesto. Those 6 priority areas that are going to underpin our vision is making South Africa work, which is about our jobs plan. If you read the manifesto of the ANC, it says over the next 5 years, we are going to create 2.5 million job opportunities. So if you then ask yourself what should be the commitment of the Northern Cape, it will be 2.5 million divided by 2%. And that 2%, it's 50,000 job opportunities that we must create over the next 5 years. Number 2, building our industries for inclusive economy. And number 3, tackling the high costs of living. The 4th priority is investing in people. The 5th priority is defending democracy and advancing freedom. And the 6th, which is the last, is building a better Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to construct a new social compact as we jointly steer the Northern Cape onto the path of becoming a modern, growing and successful province. As a country and a province, we have made significant progress in delivering basic services to the poor. Before 1994, many communities were deprived of basic services, which included clean running water, electricity, housing and education. Since the dawn of our democracy, we have reduced the backlogs of basic services and have improved the living conditions for many citizens. The ANC, as the governing party, has relentlessly worked over the past 30 years to fundamentally change the quality of lives of our people in the Northern Cape. We have seen improvements in access to basic services, with the province's performance for access to water, electricity, and sanitation consistently being above the national average. This is further reflected in the Census 2022 report, which indicates that the Northern Cape households with formal dwellings increased from 78.3% to 85.9% in 2022. The total number of households that have access to on-site piped water increased to 82% in 2022. The percentage of households that had no access to piped water in the province declined from 19.7% to 8.7% in 2022. The total number of households that had access to electricity as a main source of lighting increased to 92.5% in 2022. What this means is that whenever there's a load shedding, that affects 92.5% of the households in the Northern Cape, because 92.5% of our households are connected to the grid. Honorable Speaker, we are happy now as we have surpassed 3 months with no load shedding, and there are clear indications that load shedding is becoming something of the past. Infrastructure rollout was the hallmark of the 7th administration. Over the past 5 years, more than 20 billion rand was invested in both social and economic infrastructure. More schools were built, more clinics were built, more roads were built, more libraries were built, and some still under construction. More than 18,000 service sites were built, and building top structures have commenced in earnest with the 1 billion rand housing project. The total number of households in the Northern Cape with access to flush toilets increased to 73% in 2022. This indicates a huge improvement in the provision of basic services. We have indeed improved the quality of public education, and all indicators attest to that. The proportion of persons aged 5 to 24 who attends an education institution increased from 64.2% to 70.3% in 2022 in the Northern Cape. This represents the largest increase in attendance observed in all provinces. The percentage of persons aged 20 years and older with no schooling in the Northern Cape declined from 22.7% to 6.7% in 2022. You must get the officials from the IEC. They will tell you something which was significant during these elections. It was the decrease in the number of people who request for assistance to vote. There was a lesser number of people who get into the voting station who can't read and write. And that lesser number of people is a product of democracy, because we've managed to reach out to more people, and more people are literate now. Honorable Speaker, we will accelerate the work of the 7th administration to address the triple fault lines through ongoing efforts at creating a decent standard of living for our people. Address the lingering effects of apartheid. It's an imperative we must take up vigorously. The Constitution prescribes for progressive realization of socio-economic rights, including social security, food security, and children's well-being, as outlined in South Africa's Bill of Rights. We must work towards building a fair and compassionate society, acknowledging that this can only be achieved through meaningful partnerships and proactive efforts to promote social cohesion.
All right, so there you have it. Dr. Zamani Saul there speaking as part of his inaugural address to the chamber in Kimberley. That's, of course, in the Northern Cape, after just being sworn in as the premier of that province. Important, of course, to keep in mind the dynamics around the Northern Cape. The ANC slipping below 50% in last month's election at around 49%. Zamani Saul has been sworn in through the help of the Patriotic Alliance and the FF+. Now, what's important insofar as that partnership is concerned is that FF+ leader Mr. Groenewald has told, Dr. Peter Groenewald has told the SABC that part of the conditions they put down there has to do with the independence somewhat of Orania, causing, of course, quite a stir on places like social media. Nonetheless, Dr. Zamani Saul is just outlining his plans for the province, spoke about skills development for young people and ensuring, of course, that as many people as possible are in schools in order to continue growing the economy of that province. We'll continue listening in to what else he has to say, get you a sense of what we reckon the salient points are